Hi, I'm Amy Mazzi, and today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the demystification of the color and option selection process for Centurion boats. One of the things that Centurion is known for is that we are a custom boat manufacturer. We don't build a boat until it's ordered, either by you, a retail customer, or a dealership for stock. So in that process, there are a lot of different choices for our boats, both color-wise and option-wise. Specifically, color-wise, you've got about 24 billion unique combinations possible on some of our boats. I mean, you've got 3 different gel coat schemes to choose from on the RI series, 2 different schemes on the FI series. You have 16 different vinyl colors and a combination thereof of about 4 different colors and textures. You've also got choices on your swim step for the color. You've got choices on your tower color and your tower panel color. I could go on, and it can get overwhelming. At a certain point, we know that you've made the decision for a Centurion boat, and you've done that based on most likely performance, the fact that you want to go wake surfing and you want to have the world's best waves, wakes, and ride. But now, you're going to choose your colors, and we want it to be a fun process, not an intimidating one. What I'd like to do with this video is give you a little bit of logic and kind of a path to go through as you're making these choices for your Centurion boat, and hopefully we can make it fun. Not just fun, remarkable. Something that's going to be an experience that you share with your friends and your family and you remember for years to come. So the first step in this process, or the first step along the path of choosing the colors for your Centurion boat, is you got to understand who's boss. Who's your daddy? Who is the color boss? Who is the one that ultimately has to have the last say on how this boat looks on the trailer in your driveway, on the water in your slip? And that could be different in different families. I mean, we've talked to and sold boats to families where the wife is definitely the color selection maker. And we're gonna sit down with Mrs. Smith and we're gonna go through all of the different color options, and she's ultimately the one that's deciding how this boat looks. But we've also gone through scenarios where the husband has the last say. And then sometimes it's the kids. Who is your color boss? Is it a friend of yours that maybe has better color sense than you? So you just never know who's going to be the color boss in the family, but you've always got to make sure you find out who it is, because they can be that last sticking point to making sure your boat is exactly the way everybody wants it. Okay, so the next step in this logical path to having the best spec'd Centurion boat possible is inspiration. What's your inspiration? Where are you coming from on this? What do you want to accomplish with the look of your boat? Do you want to match your tow vehicle? Do you want to make sure that the boat has a white base because you've got a white Ford F-250? Do you want to match a team that you're passionate about? A college football team, or maybe the Dallas Cowboys? Do you want to use marina blue and white, or marina blue and charcoal on your boat to match your favorite sports team? Do you want to be unique? Do you want it built for resale? Do you want to make sure you choose colors that have a high take rate? And when I say high take rate, it means they're ordered most often. So blue and black is a very high take rate here at Centurion. Do you want to know how popular one combination is versus the other? That's definitely a way to go about speccing your boat for resale, so that you don't have to find a specific customer that's passionate about purple. You've got something that's a higher take rate. You've also got ability to spec it for love. Do you want it to look like your dog? We have a customer of ours that actually spec'd their interior to match the color of their golden retriever. And yes, it's true. And now when they take pictures and post them on social media, you can't tell where the dog starts and the boat stops, or vice versa. But you could also go based on the trend. What is most popular right now? Right now, if you walk out to our production floor here, spearmint is very, very visible and evident. Spearmint is a mint color, and it's very popular. You'll go out any given time on the production floor, we'll probably at least have at least 3 boats that have some sort of a spearmint accent on them. That's been popular for quite some time. In recent past, electric blue was very popular, and we would see that quite often. And it changes, it's a trend, but do you want to be trendy? Do you want to change with that trend? You could definitely have that option. Or are you more practical? Do you want something that's going to be easy to keep clean, so you don't want a black bottom? Or do you want something that's not going to get hot with black on your top deck? You could be more practical about your color choice and want to make that your inspiration. Or you could choose for service. Maybe you want to spec a boat that is a specific color set, maybe military green metal flake, because you're going to be involved in a lot of We Wake Waves efforts, and you're going to go out and help, whether it be with Operation Wake Surf and donate your boat for a day, or you're going to do it with Operation Get Out, or you're going to help with the Heroes Tour in Minnesota. Maybe you want to spec your boat so it is visibly noticeable that it was built for service. Whatever your inspiration, take this opportunity to declare what that is and then start picking those colors. So now that we've established the inspiration behind the choices for the colors on your Centurion boat, let's talk about the tools you can use to actually make those choices. First of all, there are some color apps out there, one specifically by Pantone, that would allow you to scan a color with your phone and see how close you can get to a color that we offer at Centurion Boats, like Champagne Metal Flake. But those apps are very helpful in just telling you or getting you closer to that color that you really want. Because sometimes digital representations and in certain lights, colors can look very, very different. You've also got our new 3Dare, which is our 3D AR experience that you can utilize online. And it is a photorealistic 3D specification or configuration tool that allows you to choose the colors exterior and interior on your Centurion boat, and then flip it, spin it, turn it upside down, look at it in different lights and shadow and highlight, and you can get a great idea of how that boat's going to look with those colors chosen. You can see an example of it here behind me. You can also take the colors that you've chosen on this boat and put it into your everyday life. And what I mean by that is you can put it into augmented reality and see it through your phone in your living room if you want, or in your driveway, out in your slip that you have on the lake. Either way, you can see it in a real world scenario so you can understand not only how big it is, but also what it's going to look like in real life. It's a really great tool to use, and I suggest everybody try to do that. The other thing you can utilize are color samples. So these color samples are also available at your local Centurion dealer, so you can sit with them all and kind of piece them together and see what looks best next to one another. But you can also reach out to us at the factory and let us know, have you narrowed it down to 3 to maybe 4 different gel coat color choices, but you really want to see them in person, have them, touch them, feel them? Let us know. Send us an email and you can actually get some of these samples sent to you so that you can sit at your own kitchen table and spec your boat in person with your family and friends. You can also take a trip to the dealership in general to see what boats they have in stock. All of our dealers will normally have, even if it's not an inventory boat, maybe it's another customer's boat that's at their dealership, you can see live and in person what those color combinations look like together on the boat, in the interior. That's a great way to get a good idea as to what your colors should be for your Centurion boat. You can also do a virtual factory tour. What that is either a Teams call or maybe a Zoom, where we get you and possibly your dealer or your sales representative on the call, and we will come into this exact room for a Centurion and go through the choices on the board with you. But then we'll also walk out to the factory floor, show you what we've got in process being built, so you can see a number of different color combinations. At any one time, we probably have upwards of 40 different boats, decks and hulls that you can see different gel coat combinations on, as well as interiors, cushions of boats that are racked right outside this door, and there are all kinds of different combinations that we can show you through a video call. And then the ultimate experience as far as coming here to spec a boat would be actually coming here. You can come to the factory, we can schedule a tour with you, you can see all of the boats we have in process in person, you can come in this room, we can touch and feel all these samples and understand what you want on your Centurion boat. Finally, once we have our color choices made for our Centurion boat, how are we going to announce it to the world? Are we going to wait until the boat shows up at the dealership and is delivered to us and the family and everybody's going to be surprised? Or do you want to create an announcement that is as remarkable as the boat build process itself? Do you want to do it like a wedding proposal? Do you want to do it like a baby reveal when you're revealing the sex of a baby and have balloons pop with certain color dust and that's the color of your boat? Do you want to make it a surprise gift and maybe wrap it in Centurion wrapping paper and you open it up and there's a rendering of the boat inside? Do you want to do like a prom invite and put it on a poster board? I don't know. There's all these different options that you can choose. You can release it on social media once you have a digital representation of how your boat's going to look. We want to help you do that. Like I said, we want to make this process as fun and remarkable as possible. And however we need to help you in that respect, we are ready to do it. So let's spec your Centurion boat and let's have fun doing it.